Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how you can create your own custom personal GPT so people can interact with you directly from within the ChatGPT interface. A lot of people have been wondering in the last month of the release of the GPT store how to use this GPT store to build something useful. Why not start by creating your own website into a very useful, searchable GPT where people can interact with it, ask smart questions, and you're controlling the data that's being returned back from the ChatGPT itself. I've played around with the data sets for a while now, so I'm going to share the framework and the questionnaires that I filled out so you can replicate this if you'd like. But before I get started, I would love to invite you to join our beta release for OpenBuild.ai. We are building a drag and drop AI bot assistant builder so you can create your own recipe and automate lead generation, shopping, booking appointments, customer support, and much more. Again, it's OpenBuild.ai, and we will invite you to the release as soon as the product is out. So let's start from the top. The end result eventually is going to look like this. People are going to go to explore GPTs. They're going to be searching for you, let's say my name or my business. And all I got to do is just click here. You will notice a new chat is now open. This is all personalized for me. There are some conversation starters. I'll show you how you control that as well. And now all I need to do is ask some questions. For example, give me a quote that inspires you. The cool thing about this result is that it's being used from the library of influential people in my life, and ChatGPT has stuck to my instructions, which is pretty awesome. I can also ask it things like, what are your achievements? And the GPT is going to analyze my past successes, history, and obviously work experience to give back the most significant result about myself. So you see where this is headed. I made it more of a GPT about my personal and professional achievements. You can choose which one of these you'd like. So let me start now from the beginning. The actual framework that I put together to do this. It's simply a bunch of questionnaires. First part is the personal, then the education, the work history, the expertise. If you want to add sections as well, by all means, I have entrepreneur here. Influential people in your life who inspired you. It could be somebody you know personally, or it could be a popular influential figure. Life interests, hobbies. I have public speaking here. It's something that I've been doing a lot recently. What are you open for? Maybe hiring, you're looking for new opportunities, etc. Books that I read, I felt this one is also useful. I tried it with and without, and it seems to give some references to the books or segments from the books that the engine itself has already processed, meaning GPT. Poetry and personal quotes. Feel free to add any sections that you want to this, and this is just the layout. And obviously you need to spend some time developing each section. Feel free to put anything that you want about yourself that you want the engine to answer, of course. And you can even include links to your own personal websites, social media. You can put your education. The work history, I found an easy way to export that from LinkedIn. So if you have your LinkedIn available, all you need to do is go to more, and here you can save to PDF. This will give you a simple PDF version of your LinkedIn, so you can upload that directly, and you don't need to have to worry about building your entire resume. Okay? Expertise, I added a little bit more here, of course. I expanded on the entrepreneur section, which is a big part of my life. Influence from books. These are some of the people that influenced my life, and I listen to a lot of their podcasts and such. Life interests, hobbies, public speaking, open for the books that I read, and I added a list of some of my poetry, because I do like to write poetry, and hyperlinks to those too. You can spend some time on this. You can also summarize your own existing websites and such if you don't want to write this from scratch by using some browser extensions like Harpa. If you have a lot of stuff already there, just analyze pages and copy paste them into the doc. So once you've gotten your final document nicely polished and ready, and you have your resume exported from LinkedIn, let's say, whether you want to add it directly here or have it as a separate document, that's totally fine. And that's all you need, really. Now I'm going to show you how you can create the custom GPT directly with your own information. So coming back to Explore GPTs, you'll see on the top right, there's an option to create. If you don't see that, it might be because it's still for the paid version of GPT 4.0. If it's worth it or not, it's up to you. I highly recommend it so you can take advantage of the more advanced feature of ChatGPT. All you got to do is just click create. This will prompt you with a simple process. So you can say, create a personal GPT about Richard Fala. And simply follow the prompt. This command on its own will give you a little bit of a starting point. Now you can name the GPT. You can upload your own picture. I'm sure you don't want to generate an AI icon for this. You can change the conversation starters. And the most important part is you need to upload the files directly from here, right? The two files that I mentioned, your own resume, I exported that from LinkedIn, as well as the layout about you that I also shared, okay? Once you get these filled out, simply upload them, and that will be the knowledge base for the GPT itself. Make sure to give it a little bit more details of how you'd like the bot to behave. You want it to be witty, smart, funny, wise. These are going to also give more instructions and more context to GPT of how to answer. You can also say stick to the details from the documents, so it's not really making stuff up. And also control the conversation starters so they are exactly what you're looking for. So this is my own GPT. I'm going to show you the final result. It's very simple. Obviously, I control the photo, the description, the conversation starters, but I also have the knowledge base already uploaded, or the knowledge itself. Two simple documents, one Word and one PDF that I exported again from LinkedIn. I did keep the web browsing and DALL-E image active, just because if people want to interact a little deeper and ask for links, there's nothing else you need to do here. If you would like to add some custom APIs because you're advanced, by all means, you can do that. But at this point, you are pretty much done and you can confirm and update it. I put it in another category to start. Now, every time you create a custom GPT, those come with their own URL as well. So all you need to do is click on it and from the top, copy a link. This could be easily added to your website. I added it to my top menu on my personal site. And you can add it to your social media as well as other places like LinkedIn and so on. So this is it. Very simple way to create your own custom GPT. And I highly encourage every single one of you to create their own version of a GPT. Just like you create a website, you create a Facebook profile, an Instagram, a TikTok profile. A custom GPT of yourself is the next big thing. It's going to augment your online presence and it's going to replace a lot of that customer support questions, pre-sale questions. And if somebody want to find out more information about you, you can actually control that information by feeding the GPT itself the right data. It could be a work in progress, so don't think that once you launch it, you're just set on that one data set. Start from somewhere and then keep on building on the content. You just need to follow the framework that I shared, and I'll leave that below in the description of this video, and you are good to go. If you like this content, please share, like, or subscribe. And don't forget to leave a link to your own GPT as well so we can interact and see what you have built. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the upcoming episode.